Last week on the Comedeorological Report.
Frozen water lines.
Say hi, Joey only.
Hi.
Say hi, Joey only.
Hi, Joey Oli.
I'm Frank Adult. You're listening to Comedeorological Weather Report on every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. Joey Only's a really nice guy. I'm on Comedian Press Meteorology, Caribou Weather Do. Joey Only used to work for Vancouver Giants Western Hockey League team. Joey Only's a really nice guy. He lives in Wells, British Columbia. And I'm on Joey Only Show every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic. It's on CFUR 88.7 FM and CKUW 95.9 FM and CKFBX 92.5 FM and Roger, Spotlight TV in Victoria, British Columbia, Vancouver Island. Joey Only's a really nice guy. And with Imogen Cookie Bailey and Brandon Helk and all those guys. And I'm on Joey Only Show every Thursday night. And Joey Only's a really nice guy. Best of luck to you. I'm Frankie Down. You're listening to Joey Only Show, Caribou Weather Do, Comedian Plus Meteorology every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Atlantic. Say hi, Joey Only.
Hey, Joey Oli.
Well, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather we got. Wait a minute. Well, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frankie's got the weather, whether or not. There it is.
Well, I got lots of inflation. I got just about everything I can afford in my cart right now. Sometimes I'm at the cash register at the grocery store and people are like, well, making small conversation. So it's going to be down to minus 40, I heard. I'm like, don't you know who I am?
Good morning, Prince George, and good afternoon, Winnipeg. Hello, Kamloops, and viewers on Rogers Television. I am Joey Only. This is the Comedeorological Report. Comedy plus meteorology equals comedeorology. It's your show about how much the weather sucks in Canada and the world. A little late getting going on our end here in the live stream, but if you do happen to be hearing us on the radio or TV, you can always find the live streams Thursdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time here on Joey Only Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. So I'm here with Frankie McDonald. He's out there in Sydney, Nova Scotia. I'm here in Wells, British Columbia, and we're going to make a show. Broadcasting on C4 88.7 FM Prince George, CKUW 95.9 Winnipeg, 92.5 CFBX in Kamloops, and Rogers Television Vancouver Island. Okay, without much further ado, we're going to have quite a bit of snow coming to the west coast, a bit of a warm up, and we're going to have some cold weather coming to the east finally. Some real cold weather coming to eastern Canada. And here to talk about it all with us is the man himself, Frankie McDonald. Frankie! How you doing so far tonight?
I'm doing great so far. Snow squalls going up in Cape Breton Highlands National Park and parts of Cape Breton, things like this. They got more snow in Iowa tonight as well. It's going to bring lots of snow in Iowa and all those places like Des Moines, Iowa, and all those places. They're getting snow in Iowa and all those places. Then it's supposed to get lots of rain and snow in Vancouver, British Columbia, Seattle, Portland, and Los Angeles getting lots of rain this Saturday, Sunday, and Monday coming up. And things are great so far. And that's where Trevor Garner, the host of Trevor's Happy Hour, is.
How's he been doing? I heard he was in the hospital.
He's in the hospital. He's getting the surgery. He's getting in the hospital. He's doing the medical work on him, and then he's going to be all right.
That's good to know. That's the most important thing. I just want to know if Trevor's going to be okay. So that's good. Yeah, you had 150 kilometer winds reported up in the Cape Breton Highlands sort of area there. Le Sweat winds. What is a Le Sweat wind, Frankie?
It means up in the Highlands, and they get wrecked up Swinton, Port aux Basques, Newfoundland, and all the way to Stephenville, things like this, in West Coast Newfoundland. Then it got lots of rain hitting for Houston, Texas, where Trey Campbell was on Monday.
Excellent. We just had the craziest cold snap over the last week since we last had our show, Frankie. And my water froze and thawed and then has froze again. So I'm really looking forward to things warming up. This old building, usually we have like a ton of snow on top of the roof around the building. So when it gets this kind of cold, it kind of insulates it nice.
It's going to get more severe. They get more severe thunderstorms and rain and hail in eastern Texas and Louisiana and all these places. And lots of cold weather going on in the Great Lakes region in Ontario with lots of lake effect snow, like Ohio and all those places, Cleveland and all those places. And in Long Beach, California is getting a whole lot of rain Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. That's where one of the listeners, the Gary Dino Show, is located. And it's supposed to get lots of thunderstorms and rain all across Central America and South America to bring lots of rain and thunderstorms going on in South America right now. Lots of rain going on in South America as of right now, like Colombia, Venezuela, Brazil, all across Ecuador, Bolivia, Peru, and all those places. Lots of rain and thunderstorms going on right now. In northern Chile, it's really dry and sandstorms in northern Chile as of right now. And it got to lots of rain and going on in the south coast of Chile. Lots of thunderstorms, rain in the Amazon rainforest in Brazil right now, like Rio de Janeiro. Lots of rain, thunderstorms going on in Rio de Janeiro right now, and up around places like in the United Kingdom. Up around the United Kingdom, weather there. There's a really, really strong winds going on in England right now. It's going to get stronger. They got cold air in England right now, bringing snow in Switzerland and all those places, and Bosnia, Croatia, and all those places right now across Europe, and lots of rain in Spain going on in Portugal, and all across Italy, and all across for Turkey and Greece. We've got rain and snow, and they got snow heading for mountains of Turkey right now. It's really cold. Moscow, Russia, and Minsk, Belarus, and parts of Poland right now. It's really cold in Poland right now. It's going to warm up. It's going to bring really stormy weather. It's going to bring a windstorm all across England on Sunday and the Monday coming up. It's going to bring a really bad windstorm in United Kingdom, Scotland, Wales, and Ireland. And now it's going to bring really windy conditions up in Norway. A lot of snow up in Norway too, like coast areas of Norway. Like also Norway is going to bring lots of rain there right now. And really windy in Norway, Finland, Sweden. It's going to bring really windy all across Europe next week. They
You
got
know,
really cold weather heading for Scotland too, and England and Ireland, all those places right now. And then it got some colder air heading all the way down to Libya and Algeria and all those places next week as well. And up for places like in Japan, the weather for Japan is lots of rain going, and there's lots of rain going on in Tokyo, Japan, and lots of snow up in the mountains of Japan. They get a lots of stormy weather in lots of. And next week's going to be bring a lot of snow squalls in north coast of Japan. It's going to bring lots of snow squalls in Japan too.
you know where it was very, very cold this week, Frankie?
Up in Alberta.
It was very cold. It was minus 50.6 in Keg River, Alberta, which seems crazy cold. But I know that our friend Olivier Forbes Bouillon, who just showed up in the guest room here, I know that he sees that kind of cold more regularly than
Oh,
most people
wait a
do.
minute. Over in China, it's really, really cold in China, Mongolia, Siberia right now. They had a running event in Siberia during extreme cold weather and lots of rain. And India is really, really dry right now. It had some rain and thunderstorms in Bangladesh. Lots of dry weather in Thailand, Cambodia, and all across Bangladesh and Myanmar and India's including Delhi, India. It's really hot and dry right there. Indonesia's a lot of rain, lots of thunderstorms rain in Philippines right now. And Papua New Guinea is really thunderstorm rain, lots of thunderstorms rain in Papua New Guinea. In southern Botswana, it's in the rainy season right now. Madagascar and Mozambique, it's bringing lots of thunderstorms and rain going on right now. Same with Zimbabwe, Zambia, Uganda, southern Congo, and Angola, lots of thunderstorms and rain going on right now. Down in places like in Southwest Pacific, like Sydney, Australia, and those places right now. And lots of there's lots of rain going on in New Zealand right now. It's summertime, extremely hot, and lots of thunderstorms and rain going on in northern Australia. It's really, really hot and dry in Australia. It's desert like heat. There's a possible tropical cyclone developing. It's gonna and could be heading towards New Zealand sometime in late
Well,
next week.
there goes my plan, Frankie. I'm not going to go to Angola tomorrow. I changed my mind now. Hey, Frankie. Hey, Joey only.
I'm doing great so far. And down in Antarctica, it's starting to get some darkness there in the end of the month. Days are getting shorter in New Zealand. Days are getting longer there. Starting to get some daylight up in Nunavut. And down in Antarctica, starting to get some darkness there. At the same time, I remember Marty and Mike Post and all those guys, they'll be heading back down to a research station in Antarctica in April.
Was there any sunlight at all in Kugluktuk Nunavut today, Olivier?
You know, that's a great question. So officially the first day that the sun crests the earth is January 1st here. However, we got little hills, so the first day we can actually see it is about a week later, January the 8th. So I did climb up the closest hill to try and see the sun, and I saw it for a few minutes, and it is shining pretty bright now for about an hour and a half. So it is pretty cool to finally get some vitamin D in my life again and not need to take D drops.
So it's practically summer there already.
Yeah, it's t-shirt weather.
Well, I mean, I guess like the cold weather has been in Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and you've been a little warmer suddenly, I think, than maybe would be usual for you.
You know, my mom came up to visit for the holidays at Christmas time and New Year's, and I told her, "Mom, dress up like you gotta have a -50 parka." She gets here, it's like +2, +3, totally abnormal weather patterns. It dropped down a fair bit last week, like we hit the -30s and whatnot, but we do have a low front pushing in right now. Unfortunately, I have a flight scheduled for tomorrow, and they're calling for some pretty interesting winds. I think gusting about 70 kilometers an hour tomorrow. So we'll see if our pilots are gutsy enough to land on our runway here. But yeah, for sure, it hasn't been anywhere near as cold as some places in central Alberta. Like, I don't think I've ever experienced -50 uh, ambient air temperature, and it hit. What was that name of the town you mentioned?
Keg River,
Keg River.
Alberta,
Well,
on
I would not want
Saturday.
to be drinking a keg in Keg River when it's 50 below. I'll tell you that much.
No, that would destroy the keg. It would explode it. I'm quite sure. I mean, I don't drink anymore, but people are the crew is slowly showing up. Things are a little disjointed because I had extreme anxiety earlier, but we're here and we're doing it. Yeah, it's yeah. It was that last week was pretty tough, man. I mean, water froze and then unfroze and then froze again, and without the snow load that we usually have here, this whole building is just so exposed to the lake, to the wind and to like it was very cold in here a lot of the last week, and even tonight. We're like probably about -18 right now. It's kind of dipped back down, and my water line froze again last night. And I was like, really? And then I just felt like such an idiot for letting that happen. I'm like, I'm the weatherman, and I let my water line freeze a second time. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it, Waterline. Come on. Open up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get some water running. I could sure use water because I am tired of eating like I'm homeless, basically. Look at there's more of it. There's more. There's more of it. Yes. Keep coming. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go on. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Yes. Water. We have water. Yes. Ah, Joseph. So hopefully it thaws again. I got the heat. I accidentally knocked the plug off the heater, I guess, and get up this morning. I'm like, oh, the heater's unplugged. Oh, the water's frozen. The heater under this thing. So Imogen has returned. My anxiety's almost normal again. Hilding's back here. So we got Grassy Plains in Victoria, British Columbia. We got Frankie in Sydney. We got Olivia in Kugluktuk. We're all slowly getting back together here on the Comedeorological Report. Yes. Frankie? Frankie?
I got news for you. Base Guys they're gonna start their construction of Base Guys apartment in March. That's gonna have a lot of construction. Right now, Base Guys taking a break doing the show. Because the Base Guy's gonna be 50 years old on October 19th, 2024. He's making a record album for his 50th birthday.
He's a pretty young looking 50, but I guess I'm thinking that more and more. I'm 45 in a couple months' time. And it's happening. That thing, aging, it just keeps happening. Yeah, all of a sudden on Tuesday, my water line unfroze. And then, because I had Martina J. Williams, she won the contest in British Columbia I had in Ontario Weather and Wilderness Watchers, who can show a thermometer picture of the coldest temperature. She had -55, which may seem crazy, but at a couple hundred feet lower than where she is the airport at I'm out there in the Chilcotin. Punxsutawney Lake Airport, Punxsutawney Airport, where they measured 49.5, set a record high there. So a record low, right? So slowly, I'm doing this a little bit this week, but I'm slowly getting through the cold weather. How do you do it up there? How do you do it, Olivier, when it gets really dark sometimes in the wintertime? Those
My trick,
exceptional weeks where you're like, oh boy, this is hard to put up with.
turn the heat up to about 80. And then when nighttime comes around, because I got these really crappy baseboard heaters, I turn it all the way down to 0. And then I wake up and it's freezing and I can take my breath and I love it. And I go to work, turn the heat back up to 80. I get home and it's toasty. I can sleep great because I don't hear the baseboard heaters banging and clunking all night. And B, I save about 12 hours worth of money on fuel or gas because we do it old school here. We're all diesel generators and gas furnaces. So, yeah, it costs an arm and a leg. But parka, I know a lot of people are against wearing fur and whatnot, but if you don't have fur up here, you die. So we're a little coyote. We're a fox.
I had to wear it in here. And it's like when it's that cold, when you're like 35 below and below, it's like if I fall asleep for 6 consecutive hours and wake up, the house is unrealistically cold. This old building, right? Like, look at this place. It's 100 years old. It was never built to be a house. It was built to be a lumber depot. It feels like it sometimes.
Nice.
Brandon Houck is showing up.
Great little home you got there. So I'd love to visit Wells one day. And if I do, I'll know where to crash. Hopefully a barn somewhere.
It is a nice little place. And by a little, I mean 11,500 square feet.
Is it like not only is Gary and Dino's show tougher than us, but they're also funnier and more popular.
Tiny.
And did you hear about this? Gary and Dino's located in Arizona.
I did hear about that. I like those guys. They're really popular, really, really good guys. I was going to go on the show this week, and I just didn't, Frankie. I was too cold. I was just sitting in here going like, why would I try to go on a podcast feeling it like, and I went upstairs and covered myself in blankets and whoo, cold snap. Brandon's here, Hilding's here, Imogen's here, Olivier's here, Frankie's here. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. And Hank Fleece just showing up. Wow, we got all. Who wants to go next? Who wants to talk about Canada? How cold did it get in Victoria this week, Imogen?
This week we actually, uncharacteristically, it got down to -10. That's pretty much unheard of around here. Normally in winter we maybe get -4. The last couple of days has been +2. So we've been hovering around freezing. So things we've got a lot of soft ice and a lot of wet snow, but the main roads are all cleared pretty quick. But still, given that it's a retirement city, as soon as we get an inch of snow, the whole city's kind of locked down. So it is what it is, but we actually did kind of get some cold. It was nice. It was a refreshing change. Right now we've got about 3 inches of snow. So that's kind of a treat.
3 inches of snow.
Right?
It's like my favorite band. No.
If you're thinking 3 inches of blood, they actually played here last weekend, and that was super cool.
Did
So
they? They're still
see those
playing?
guys.
Yeah, they are very good. They are very, very, very good. Very good band. I didn't know they were still gigging, though. That's cool. Brand new haircut today?
What?
You got a brand new haircut today?
No, I brushed it.
Oh,
Despite my other job or what I'm more known for, I actually don't do a lot of the expected things. It's not quite what you think.
you keep doing you. Yes. See, I'm terrible. I got terrible hair. You can't take me anywhere. And you wouldn't want to. Completely uncharming and unsophisticated. Completely.
I'm actually just kind of baffled by that portion of a sideburn that's lurking under your chin. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's kind of interesting. It's an interesting choice.
Is it? Oh yeah, it's just kind of growing underneath still. Yeah,
it's like it's like a Fu Manchu that just went for a walk. So instead of coming down like off your lip, it just sort of went over. It's trying for your ears.
I'm doing anything I can to keep warm right now. I'm like just a little extra.
You want to keep your
Now I realize this camera angle totally makes me look like an idiot.
Protect your glands. You know when the doctor feels. You know when the doctor feels under your chin. They're looking for something puffy there. That's what you want to protect. Protect whatever the doctor's poking at.
I think this camera angle probably makes me look like an idiot too. But it's a different one at least, so it'll give you a little bit of time to think about it, and maybe you won't. The audience can't catch up with
Are you
their
are you
fast
are you
humor.
there?
Hank, how cold did it get in Saskatchewan this week where you were in Wilkie?
Yeah. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, good.
That's what I said. How sick of it are you, Hank?
So sick of it. Um, gonna get to -10 on Saturday though, and then it's gonna stay at -10 for several days. Thank goodness. Um, yeah, I've had some trouble because of the cold. I've had some. I've switched two vehicle batteries, two different vehicles. Had to get two new batteries. Okay. One of them was my own fault, but I didn't know. I didn't know that the block heater cord came disconnected. You know, it was just hanging by the ground cord only. And so it wasn't when I thought it was plugged in, it was not plugged in. And so I had to replace that vehicle battery. And I've also replaced two block heater cords also in the last week. So, but for good now. The vehicle start. And it got to -52 wind chill. I'd probably say this every winter, but I can't remember it ever getting colder than that. But
Well,
yeah,
that's the thing. I think I've been in the low 50s for wind chill, so I would round up to 60 because everyone wants to say. But the problem with the Canadian psyche is we remember that wind chill number. Like, yeah, I was out there in -55. I'm like, no, you weren't. It doesn't happen. Even in Kugluktuk, it barely ever happens. Hilding, how cold did it get in Grassy Plains, British Columbia this week?
yeah.
I saw -27, the neighbor saw -37.
But when I say -52, that's what it said on my app. It's not like me seeing -52 or me seeing -49 and then I exaggerate. That's what so many people do. But,
and it wasn't you out there with your Kestrel trying to get a completely accurate on the ground spot forecast, was it?
yeah, I don't even have one of those.
I was gonna do that, and then when it was that cold, and I realized how long it takes for the Kestrel to adjust when you walk outside. It takes a while for the circuit in there to actually feel the cold. So then I'm like, how long do I have to stand here? Well, it says +8. Well, that's got to be wrong, right? So then I realized I don't want to stand out here with the thing. Don't want to stand out. Frankie, how cold is it gonna get out east next week?
It's going to get pretty cold and warm fighting each other. It's going to get
Seems
pretty
like
cold east, including Base Guy show is under really cold weather where Base Guy is at.
It seems like that Eastern Canada may get really, really cold. Okay, well, you know what I got? Well, we got to pause and maybe we're waiting for Brandon here, and I got something lined up. Here comes Brandon. Maybe we'll give him a second. So we're already 24 minutes in, and we haven't had Brandon Houck talking, and it's like it's wrong, and it's my fault. I know it is. Brandon Houck, can you hear us? Hello.
Literally frozen.
The Brandon Houck Report.
Oh, hi. This is the Brandon Houck Report.
Brandon.
Hey, there he is.
What was that?
Hey.
Welcome back, Brandon. You ginger
I'm back
gem.
from the dead. Oh, sorry.
Hey, what's the score of the Leafs Flames game right now?
Oh.
Right
Why do
now
you want to know that? Oh, 3-2 so far? Still second
So
period.
Leafs are still losing?
Oh, they're winning now, the Leafs.
3-2, he
3-2.
says, while consulting the Oracle and acting like he'd been following it the whole time.
Well, I was trying, but then I wasn't trying because I was trying to make a show. And it's like, it's very rare that the Leafs are playing during the show. Anyways, Brandon, how cold did it get in Alberta this week? -50.6 somewhere near you, maybe? Somewhere in Alberta?
Up in Keg River, -50.1. 50.
Oh, 0.1. I kept saying 0.6.
Or actually, -50.6. Yeah, -50.6. And it was rounds up to -51 degrees. So there you go. That's what I was thinking. At my place, we got to about -42. And we had a wind chill of -51. And I went outside. like a rebel, pretty much. It's
I
because
saw
I'm a
that.
rebel.
It was awesome.
Outside, and then I went back in.
Yeah. Then I went back in, and then I threw my frozen T-shirt around the yard for a little bit. Then I got cold, and I went
That
back
was pretty
inside
much the best video this year so far. Best
this
video
year.
so far this year. So, Brandon, major pattern change in the West.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna get cold again tonight. We've got one more cold night, so we got another night of freezing our T-shirts, freezing our noodles, and throwing hot water in the air and watching it go into snow. And I've seen some people try to put coloring in the hot water, and that didn't work out because it all just turned out to be hot water anyways. So
I want to try that. Nice job with the noodles, Brandon.
oh yes,
You used
that
your
was
noodles.
that was a well, really solid effort. So I cooked the noodles, and then I let them cool off. So then I know that they would get cold really quickly when I put them outside. And then I had a box set up on the bowl there. Put the bowl in the box, and then I put another box on top of the chopsticks because you got to have a perfect set of chopsticks there. I used chopsticks. I didn't use a fork, so.
The coldest place in British Columbia, pretty much, except for the far north right now, is in Quesnel. But I see over there in Alberta, you got like 25s and Red Deers and 27s and 29s going on. Drumheller 26 this evening. 29, where is that? At the airport near Dutchess, outside Brooks there. 27 for
Rosemary,
you,
yeah.
below.
That would be Rosemary Station there. Minus
So,
29.
yeah,
We're about
it's
minus
pretty
27 now. So we're going to go down to minus
Tabor.
33 tonight. Yeah.
Tabor's got 30 already tonight reporting. 29 outside there. So, that's I'll freeze your potato salad.
Oh, yeah. Good old potato salad. Though Tabor's pretty much known for the Tabor corn, the corn on the cob. The famous corn on the cob. That's
so
right.
what happens in this pattern change, Brandon? Tell the...
So this pattern... So yeah, for us here in Alberta, we're going to... Because it's been so cold the last couple... And we've had a pretty good dousage of snow. Like, Lethbridge got quite a bit of snow last night. And southwestern portion of the province, some areas may have got 40 centimeters of snow in the last 24 hours. So that's really good solid snowfall for the southwestern corner of the province, so which is really good to see there. So we've got this little pattern coming up, a little pattern change coming our way. For the weekend, though, it's going to take some time. It's sweet time getting here because we're going to be kind of stuck in this thing that we call a little bit an inversion here. So that's when the cold air is trapped at the surface. You get the warm air aloft, and it goes boop, goes over top of your head, and you don't get hit by the warm air. So that's pretty much what the inversion is all about. So we'll see our temperatures probably this weekend in the minus teens. However, southwestern corner of the province, like Pincher Creek, might get to 6 degrees on Saturday.
We're
like that.
Warm we're looking warm here. We're looking pretty warm in BC. Pretty snowy and warm.
Are they getting any more snow over there, or are they done with that now?
It looks like we're going to have a lot of snow in BC this weekend. This is the part of the big pattern change I allude to in the West. Does anybody have questions for anybody?
Yeah, Brandon, who is getting snow in the next few days? Who's getting snow?
Who's getting snow? Well, I have to say definitely Newfoundland and Labrador, they've got the snow squalls, the snow squall machines ramped up. I think some areas might get 50 centimeters of snow there by tomorrow. And then winds gusting to 110 kilometers an hour. So that's where I want to be. In the snow squall and a wind gust of 110. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, not if you're on a road. Oh my!
Not if you're on a road. If you're like at a hotel or something.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere with that.
You can't go anywhere, anyways. Yeah.
No, nowhere.
Yeah, and then BC getting all the snow next 24 hours. And we've got a couple systems tracking through the prairies, but it doesn't look like any big significant snowfall by the looks of things so far. Yeah.
It could start piling up over the next 5-10 days here in BC for sure. We're definitely into that Pacific pattern. Definitely for places along the coast mountains, the next 10 days, you're going to be seeing huge amounts of snow. Definitely the center of Vancouver Island, the Strathcona Park area. Yeah. Certainly if you go down into Washington State, into some of the mountain ranges there, and even including the Olympic ranges. There'll be some big time snow in some of those places. The Golden Revelstoke sort of area, the Columbias, and maybe I don't know about Lake Louise so much, maybe north of into the ice fields. Like that whole area of the Upper Columbia. Could see some pretty big snow there. We'll see.
I'm going there tomorrow.
That's in the next 10 days. We do have areas where snow expectations are pretty good. The places where they are not. In fact, you know what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this image up for you for a second, and I want to show you something very interesting. So if we look at where the snowfall is expected in the next 10 days, just on the CCMWF model, we see kind of what's been
Yes,
a sort of
I'm here. Nelson Peabody, I'm here. I'm doing great so far. Nelson Peabody's in the chat on YouTube.
Right on. Hello. This has been sort of the pattern so far this year. I wouldn't say it's completely unusual, but the caribou, southern caribou, we're maybe going to get some more snow than these areas here have been having in the next 10 days. But yeah, it remains to be seen. I mean, these numbers could all change, right? But what is seemingly evident, if we go down to here to drought conditions, drought monitoring. Brandon and I think we're talking about this the other day. Look at some of the drought conditions. So they're quite extreme in the far north, and they're still not, we have another round of big time precipitation coming into BC, but it's not coming to there. And here we have the South Caribou that's been quite dry. If we go into soil moisture and whatnot, or soil moisture anomaly, go quite dry, go to 100 centimeters. You see these areas where there's not a lot of snow predicted, they're also quite dry. So these are the areas where I'm feeling like if we don't have a big time change, we're going to see fire season in those areas start early once again. In fact, maybe some of those fires in the piece that were zombies wake back up in the spring and do their thing. Does anybody want to see Frankie videos from this week?
Yes, my Los Angeles forecast. I said to you. Be prepared! This is Frankie McDonald, my own team station live from Sydney, Nova Scotia. Winter storm is headed towards Arkansas on Monday, January 15, 2024. It's going to bring up to quite a bit of snow that could cause really dangerous driving conditions, including Little Rock, Arkansas. It's going to bring a lot of snow in southern Arkansas, including Donna Mantis, including Ivan and Donna Mantis. It's going to bring a lot of snow. Winds are going to be really strong. It's going to bring blown, drifted snow, reduced visibilities. It's going to bring really dangerous and treacherous traffic conditions and streets, roads, highways, and interstate highways will be snow covered in Arkansas, especially in southern Arkansas, including Donna Mantis podcast. That's where Ivan and Donna Mantis podcast lives. It's going to bring a lot of snow starting on Sunday, January 14, 2024 during the evening hours. It's going to go on until Monday, January 15, 2024. In Arkansas, especially in southern Arkansas as well, it's going to bring a lot of snow that could cause really dangerous driving conditions as well. People in Arkansas, be prepared. Make sure if you're with the boots, winter jackets, hats, and gloves, scarf, and ski pants is ready. Order pizzas and order Chinese food. Buy cases of Pepsi, buy cases of Coke. Do your grocery shopping, don't wait till last minute. Do it right now. Make sure if your smartphone, cell phones, laptops, tablets, charge. Have a 3G, 4G, 5G, and LTE ready as well. When you drive a car, take your time, drive a car, slow down, so you don't get into accidents. When you go for a walk, be very careful walking so you don't slip or fall. Make sure your furnace and heat pumps ready. Turn on your furnace and heat pumps to keep those warm. Drink lots of green tea, white tea, red tea. Drink lots of green tea to keep you warm. Have extra blankets ready to keep you warm. So make sure your shovel, snow scoop, snow blower, snow plow, salt truck is ready as well. If you have anybody living in Arkansas, be prepared for winter storm on Monday, January 15, 2024. Take care, stay safe. Don't kick out a major winter storm. Stay warm and be safe.
Think you mispronounced it. It's Arkansas, not
Hey
Arkansas.
everybody,
Just
my
just an
dad's latest
FYI.
song on SoundCloud is A Beard of Beast. I really like that song. My dad wrote his old song by himself. A Beard of Beast, that's my dad's latest song. That's the title of his song. He played his guitar all by himself. He wrote his lyrics all by himself and things like this. That is his latest song on SoundCloud. Mystic Mist. My dad, Frank Down, did a great job making the song. He wrote the song all by himself. You should check that out. You give it a listen from Frank Down.
Yeah, Frank McDonald Sr. Beer to Bees.
This is Frankie McDonald, my own TV station live in Sydney, Nova Scotia. Heavy rain is headed towards Los Angeles, California on Monday, January 22nd, 2024. It's going to bring up to a lot of rain in Los Angeles, California. It's going to bring a lot of puddles to the streets of Los Angeles, California, Long Beach, California, including Burbank, California, Glendale, California, Victorville, California, Hollywood, California, and Orange County, Riverside, California, Anaheim, California, Riverside, California, Orange County, California, Corona, California. It's going to bring a lot of rain, including in Hollywood, California as well. Streets, roads, highways, and freeways and interstate highways will be wet. And there will be a lot of puddles on the streets in Los Angeles. And Monday will not be a good day to head to the beach to go swimming and get cooled off, because it's going to bring a whole lot of rain in Los Angeles and the surrounding areas on Monday, January 22nd, 2024. I want everyone in Los Angeles, California to be prepared. Make sure if your rubber boots, raincoats, rain suits ready. When you go outside, wear your rubber boots, wear your raincoats and keep it dry. Don't walk through the puddles. Avoid the puddles when you go for a walk. When you drive your car, don't drive your car through the puddles either, for people living in Los Angeles and the surrounding areas as well, because it's going to bring a lot of rain in Los Angeles, California, and Long Beach, California, Burbank, California, Glendale, California, Hollywood, California, Riverside, California, Anaheim, California, Corona, California, Orange County, California, Victorville, California. It's going to bring a lot of rain in Los Angeles and the surrounding areas as well. If anybody lives in Los Angeles, be prepared for it. Heavy rain on Monday, January 22nd, 2024. Take care, stay safe. Don't get caught in heavy rain. Stay dry and be safe.
Okay, there you go.
Hey, according to Nelson Peabody, let's do a tornado sound.
I gotta stop this though. Don't wait, Joey. Do it right now. There. Got it. Wow, that was a pretty good videos, Frankie. Pretty good videos this week. I really like the videos this week. Anybody, anyone got questions for Frankie McDonald about his videos this week?
You know what? I think Frankie said people in Qatar should order Chinese food while they wait out this nasty weather. Is that right?
They get cyclones there, or they can get cyclones heading towards there. They can bring lots of rain, possibility hail, including Qatar, Yemen, Oman, Saudi Arabia sometimes.
There's a threat of another cyclone looming for Queensland. Anybody know what the cyclone in Queensland, Australia's north?
And it's going to be out to sea. It could be heading towards New Zealand.
The deadliest outbreak of dengue fever ever seen. It's climate. They blame it on climate crisis in Bangladesh. So this is big news today. Is that 62,000 people were known in. So I'm not gonna read things until 113 children at least died already last year from dengue fever, and 756 cases so far this month. So that's a big time jump in dengue fever in Bangladesh. So that's terrible news. 160 elephants killed in Zimbabwe by drought. 160 elephants died from it being too dry in Africa.
Dempster Highway between Dawson City and Inuvik's been closed a lot too because of really bad storms. People have been stuck for 5-6 days waiting for the highway to open, paying really expensive hotels, $400 or $500 a night.
I seen the Dempster Highway had blizzard warnings and whatnot all through the weekend. Yes, and then it's of course when you get up to up towards the Arctic Ocean itself, you're looking at minus 50 wind chill values that were there. So that was very miserable in that part of the Yukon and territories this weekend.
Wouldn't want to get stuck there with a dead car battery, tell you that much.
No, or a dead anything, really. I mean, no matter what it is. You can't even bury it.
Speaking of Chinese food, and I know Frankie loves the high Arctic. I was watching a documentary on Barrow, or formerly known as Barrow. It's Utqiagvik, Alaska now. They actually have a Korean restaurant in Barrow. So if ever you find yourself needing some Chinese food in Barrow, you won't find it, but you will find Korean food. Way up northernmost community in Alaska.
There's been 4 significant bushfires in Australia that people were battling there, but it's been mostly big time rain stories going on in Australia, I think, so far. That would be the recent thing there. But just shout out to Sean Davis and my Australian friends who fight fire down there. If any of you happen to be watching the show tonight, that would be good to see you again. I hope someday.
Brandon, last winter, didn't you have a bit of an incident while on a road trip?
Oh yes, that incident from last.
Oh yeah, the cat's out of the bag.
The cat's out of the bag. Yes. So
way to hijack and ruin it, Joey.
So last summer, we were heading to a hockey game, and this was after a recent cold spell, and there was a cat in the vehicle. We didn't know about it, so it was, and yeah, we ended up getting to like Strathmore, and all of a sudden the truck died, on the road. Like, what's going on? What's happening? We're not going to make it in for this hockey game tonight. So we pull into the dealership there. They're looking around in there, and yeah, there was a cat in the engine there. So not the best thing to happen there, but yeah.
Well, the good thing is it was probably cooked by the time you got there.
Probably, yeah.
Yummy.
The person who was at the dealership there, she was. It was her first day on the job. That was I don't think I told this part. It was the first day on the job, doing kind of checking
cat murdering or whatever she does.
I'm not quite sure what she does in there, but everybody else is in the dealership there, and then she's there, and oh yeah, she was kind of grossed out about it. And she's like, "Is this what the job's like every day?" She tells her boss, and
usually it's dogs getting run over or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I had a neighbor once that had a cat that always took a ride in his car, and under the hood somewhere. One time he drove through a big mud puddle, and he heard this tremendous screech, and went out, and the cat was laying there all mangled up from the fan, and so he threw it off in the bushes. He thought it was dead. And 3 days later, it came back into the house begging for food.
Well, you better feed that cat. That's a special cat. It's a good thing you didn't go to Calgary to see the hockey game tonight. Austin Matthews has 3 goals and 1 assist.
I see that. Yes.
Yeah, that'd be 30.
That hockey game tonight.
35, 36,
but,
37
the point
goals
is, for that whole story, always check for under the hood in case there's a kitty cat under there, especially during these very cold snaps that we have around here.
Yeah, like, always check under the hood. Like, how many times a day do I have to check under my hood?
Good
like,
too.
How many's too many? How many's not enough?
Well,
what about when you have rats under the hood?
Oh, bats.
No, rats.
Rats. We don't have rats here in Alberta. What are you talking about?
We have pack rats, and they like to crawl under your hood and chew your wires.
Yeah, I think they're like more of a squirrel variant than an actual rat, a pack rat. But yes, they're evil, horrible things that most people who have met them eventually try to kill them somehow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're the BC mountain pack rat, the fairy tale bush rat, they're called. So one time
we have gophers.
One time going from Sudbury to Winnipeg, we were going across northern Canada, and we're like, wow, we're pretty poor. It'd be nice if we could cook some food on the engine block. So we put tinfoil, got a bunch of potatoes in there and onions and things like that, and put it on the heater block there. And we drove through northern Ontario, and it was minus 36. And when we got to 8 hours later, we got to Thunder Bay and opened it, and it was frozen and still raw. So I guess you can cook on the engine block, but sometimes when you're driving through Lake Superior country and it's minus 35 and blowing wind, nothing's going to cook on your engine block. Nothing. Except a cat, maybe. I don't know. I don't tend to. I've never tried cat. It's not my thing, no.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, we need a new topic, quick.
New topic? Well, in Omaha, Nebraska, police were warning people not to remove snow by using fire. That's right.
Okay, I'm just going to throw it out there. Fire is the answer to most things. As a fire breather, I have a genuine appreciation for what you can do with it, and it is a very versatile medium.
Dude, that's
But
what
it
we
takes
should get.
training and it takes a certain skill set. So, you know,
That's what we needed a video this week of you breathing fire to melt the snow on your sidewalk or something, you know? Like this is Imogen here. Just, I got a frozen sidewalk. Just, here's a tip for all you people out there on how to deal with frozen sidewalk. Just light it up. Bam! Write that idea down. That's a good one. Brandon Houck's Wet T-Shirt Contest. It's up there with frozen T-shirt at least. We need a new topic quick.
Frozen T-shirts. Well, how do you make your frozen T-shirt? Well, here's how to do that. You damp it in the sink or in the shower, and then you pretty much, you have to make sure it's flat, because if you want to make it the perfect frisbee out of your T-shirt, it has to be flat. If it's not flat, it's not going to be perfect, okay? So make sure it's flat, throw it out on the snowbank there, and then you got to wait for a couple of minutes depending how cold it is. And this is what I did here. I think I made it at least 5 minutes there, and then it was perfect. And I gave the T-shirt, I wailed it along the side of a tree. Oh, just like this. Yes, that's what I did. Oh, there's
what did I do?
So then I wailed the thing on the tree to make sure it's hard enough, you know. And then
That is currently.
Okay, sorry.
All right.
Ready. Now tell us how to do it.
So then you make sure you have your good stance. You want to make sure it's the perfect frisbee, just like how you're throwing the frisbee for your dog. And then you give it a toss. And that's just pure gold. That's what happens. Exactly what happens in this video.
You guys ready for it? Everybody ready for this? Have you seen
this yet? The long
this yet?
version too, by the way.
Have you seen this yet?
We have our shirt that is currently frozen. As you can see, it is minus 40 degrees outside. Yeah. Listen to that. Listen to that. All right, let's play a little frisbee here. Ready? Here we go. T-shirt frisbee.
There you go.
Yeah.
I'd like to see next year if you can get a distance
That's when I hit the tree and I knocked the tree branch off.
Like pruning the trees with a T-shirt.
That's exactly what I did. Oh, I'm back.
Throw it again. I took a branch down with a T-shirt. That's not good. All right.
Not good. That's awesome.
Yeah,
very good.
Let's see me throw this thing. Ready?
You have fallen trees with my T-shirt.
I'm disappointed that we can't see what you're actually hitting. I want to see what you hit.
Oh.
It flies well.
Well, I throw it again. I throw it multiple times.
I just love how ridiculous you're running.
This is a workout. It's minus 40. Holy moly.
There you go.
Can't help but think there's the poor old lady or a puppy or something that's getting hit by her shirt every time.
40. A frozen T-shirt. And listen to that. Listen to that. My goodness. Oh. Okay. We got
snot hanging out of there. Oh, yeah, that's perfect TV.
All right, we gotta make it stop. I'm so not good at this.
Minus 40 degrees. And that's what I was doing
Friday
outside.
when it was minus 27, I went out to open the gate for the cows and walked across the pasture and came back. And my face was like about 2 inches deeper with the frost on my beard. So I took a picture, but I don't know if you saw it.
You didn't take a picture?
I took a picture and I put it on Facebook. But yeah.
No, we were having a snowball fight.
It warmer.
We were having a snowball fight in the farm there when we were young lads, and the snow wasn't really good for making. It was a little too soft. It just wasn't. It didn't have the right texture, right consistency. It was too cold out to make good snowballs, and that's when I realized that the cow turd made an excellent flying projectile, and I frisbeed that thing at Gary, and then he threw. So we threw a bunch of frozen cow turds, and everyone gambling to make because you never know if it's actually frozen when you pick it up or not.
Oh yeah.
That's what farm kids do, right? Right, Hilden?
Oh
You've
yeah.
done that.
Oh yeah.
You probably did that this week.
I forgot I was on mute for like half an hour.
That'll happen.
Yeah.
Hey, honest question. The difference between minus 30 and minus 40, do you feel it?
Oh yeah.
And I'm talking ambient air.
I said something in one of my videos this week that people seem to agree with, and I said weird things start happening the deeper into the 30s you get. You know, it's like things start cracking, popping, heaving, roads, frost heaving, and weird things happen as you get closer and closer to 40. Don't you think, Brandon?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's definitely
When
noticeable.
you're
And
outside working in the cold, you notice that your face starts to simply freeze up when you are standing still. If it's colder than minus 35. If it's warmer than minus 35, your face won't actually start freezing up unless you're walking into the wind.
Yeah, as long as you got your ears covered, you're usually pretty good. Like I hardly ever have worn a scarf for things like that. Like, what would I need that for until it's like that kind of cold?
Yeah, but below minus 35, I've oftentimes had to talk to my nose that gets all hard and realize it and had to warm it up.
oh, 4-3 now. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's 3 goals and 1 assist for Austin Matthews. He's having a whale of a game in Calgary tonight. I like it. I wish I was watching it instead of talking to you guys. No, I'm kidding about that. This has turned out way better than I thought. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Everybody.
I happened to notice today what the least statistical chances of making the playoffs is. What do you think? What's your guess? What is their chance?
Excellent. It's excellent.
Yeah, 48% mathematical chance.
Yeah, I don't believe in math. Sure, I do. What am I kidding about? I'm not one of those guys. So, anyways, I'm coming to the end of the show, and it's been really nice to see everybody. And who's got some last words? What's everyone up to this weekend? What are you doing?
If you want to follow me on social media, my blue sky's at Frankie MacD. My link tree is Frankie MacDonald. My Twitter is at Frankie MacD. My Facebook is Frankie MacDonald. My Instagram is Frankie MacD1984. My TikTok is FrankDonald1984. My Clapper is FrankDonald1984. My Twitch is FrankDonald1984. My Snapchat is Frankie MacDon. My YouTube channel is Docs Willis, and my LinkedIn's Frankie MacDonald. Best of luck to you. I'm Frankie Donald. You're listening to Joy Only Show every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Atlantic.
Yeah, that's right. You're hearing us in Seafer and up there in up in Prince George and CKW in Winnipeg and CFBX and Kamloops and seeing us on Rogers Television. Thank you to the stations for having us. What's everyone doing this weekend? We got 5 minutes left. We started a little late. What's everyone doing this weekend?
Then we got the Cape Breton Eagles hockey game on Saturday night and Sunday afternoon.
I have a hockey game Saturday night and Sunday afternoon as well.
Yes. The Bandits. And did you hear about this? Just imagine just base guys getting getting rewired, upgrade to go do construction to rewire his apartment in March.
I have a question for you though, Frankie. When you were doing one of your videos, I'm watching captions on the screen because it helps me because I'm hard of hearing. And I wasn't able ever to get the captions before tonight, honestly, but tonight I got captions. And the caption said, Frankie, that you swore. Did you swear in your video?
That means people can put in their own words when they're doing editing a video. I just write their own captions on YouTube now.
So I rejected him at first because it just said Zoom user in my thing. I'm like, I don't know who that is. But it's Joe Stover up there in Churchill, Manitoba, where they had blizzards and it's been cold, and it's good to see you, Joe.
What is your favorite temperature? What is a perfect temperature?
180 degrees.
Love you, buddy. How you doing, Joe? We got a couple minutes left. We got a couple extra seconds because Some space up to cut out, anyways.
Oh, sounds good. No, I'm good, and yeah, it's we've recovered from our first big wallop of snow. I guess we got about 12, 15 centimeters or so. So I know it's not a lot compared to others, but for us, especially me, I'm a first time homeowner, so now I actually got to shovel the snow instead of just watching other people shovel the snow. So
You don't have to shovel the snow. Imogen came up with a great idea tonight.
Of course she did. What is it?
You fire breathe it away.
Oh, well, I can do that. My girlfriend just made some delicious pulled pork that has a bit of kick to it. So I mean, I'll just gobble that up and
You Blue Angel it off the porch, eh?
that's
right off the stoop.
You know what else? I know time is tight, but I'll show you what came with this house. We bought this house. It's a foreclosed house, but this dragon breath stuff. Just hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I've got it right here. Hold on. Here I come now. Look at this.
Is 4 closed better than like 3 closed or 2?
What's that?
Is 4 closed better than 3 or 2 closed or?
I'm not sure. It just whatever it is, it got me a house anyway. But check this thing out.
That came with the house?
It came with there was a bunch of stuff that came with the house, and some were bound for the garbage bag right away. Some were bound for probably the Natural Museum of Weirdness, but this definitely stayed.
There you go. Get that on the stoop and get melting that 12 to 15 centimeters.
Yeah, I don't need a shovel. I got this thing. Now, how did it go again? Oh, yeah, something like that. So.
I totally want a Star Trek phaser lighter. That thing's awesome. I'm quite jealous. You had a very cool house. My house also came with a lot of weird stuff. That was part of the deal. Was like, just leave your junk. We'll take care of it, and we'll pay you way less. And
well, from every screenshot I've seen of your place, Joey, it looks pretty dope, pretty badass. As a kid,
spent years taking stuff to the dump, but there was a lot of gems too, man. There was a lot of gems in here. It was pretty good.
My heart went bump when I saw the girl at the dump.
And did you hear about this? My next interview with Kins and Clump is January 31st.
Cool.
Okay, let's go on that. Let's go on that for sure.
Sorry.
That's excellent.
Sorry. That's the last time
I love that you totally turned into a dragon. You know what? I've got a dragon one right here.
Whoa.
Yep. Scales and all.
But does it work?
It does. It needs to be refilled, so it's a little bit. Oh, yeah, it needs to be refilled.
I never put my garbage inside no garbage truck. There's a girl down at the dump that I wanna take to dinner. Thump, thump, my heart went bump when I seen the pretty girl down at the dump. She ain't too skinny and she ain't too plump. Works at the way scale down at the dump.
Perhaps the greatest song ever
Thank you,
written
Washboard
about
Hank, for
somebody at the dump.
the Comedeorological song every week. We love it. Frank, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, Frank's got the weather. Whether or not. That's this show for this week. I'm Joey up here in Wells, British Columbia with Hilding Donaldson, Joe Stover, Evan Cookie Bailey, Hank Fleistra, Frankie McDonald, Brandon Houck, and did I say Hilding? Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody. I'm getting better at this over the years, slowly, not really, kinda. Okay.
That's the show.
That's the show. Frankie, have you ever tried to yodel before? Can you yodel for us?
Double teen, sweet potato fries, and a double coffee, please.
Large?
Sure.
Anything else?
$1 million, and I'd like it to be spring.
The guy's actually going 60, and he's still hitting his brakes. Make it stop.